Close your eyes. Let your body settle into whatever surface is holding you right now. Feel its weight beneath you. Feel how it supports you quietly and without effort, the way it always does. There's nowhere you need to go. Nothing that needs to be finished tonight. Whatever is waiting for you can wait a little longer. Right now, the only thing that exists is this moment and this voice and the soft sound of rain. Imagine then that the rain you hear is not around you, but ahead of you. It is falling somewhere a little ways away, in the early evening, in a place you have somehow always half remembered. A quiet village, small, old, the kind of place that seems to exist slightly outside of time. You find yourself at the edge of it now. A narrow lane stretches before you, paved in old stones that shine darkly in the wet. On either side, small houses rise up, their facades the color of rain-softened plaster. Amber light spills from windows, not the harsh light of screens and offices, something warmer, something that has a flicker in it. The rain is gentle here, not a storm, not even a proper downpour. It is the kind of rain that falls the way a sigh is released, slow, continuous, almost relieved. It falls on the rooftops above you with a sound, like 1,000 tiny whispers. It runs in thin, bright threads down the edges of gutters. It collects in the hollows of the cobblestones, turning each stone into a small dark mirror. You stand for a moment and simply listen to it. The air is cool against your face. Not cold, just fresh. It carries the smell of yes, wet earth and old stone, and something faintly floral, perhaps, from a window box somewhere nearby where small pink flowers are drinking in the rain with their petals open wide. You take one slow step forward. Your feet move quietly on the wet stones. There is no rush. There has never been any rush here. You walk gently along the lane, letting your eyes drift over the things around you. The houses here are old and friendly looking. Some of them are half timbered, their dark wooden frames like the outlines of a drawing. Others are plain stone, rounded at the corners by decades of weathering, as though the village itself has been slowly and gently worn smooth by time. Ivy clings to one wall in dark ropes, its leaves trembling slightly in the soft air. From somewhere above you, a cat watches from a window ledge. It has one eye half closed, in the particular expression of a creature that has decided the rain is someone else's concern. It does not move as you pass. There are lanterns along the lane, iron ones shaped simply, with glass panes clouded slightly by age. Their light is yellow and warm, and in the rain it seems to bloom outward in soft rings, as though each lantern is surrounded by its own small summer. The wet cobblestones catch this light and throw it back upward in golds and ambers, so that the whole lane seems lit from both above and below. You notice that your breathing has become a little slower, a little easier. The rhythm of the rain seems to have found its way into your chest somehow, settling there like a gentle hand. In and out, in and out. From behind a nearby window come faint sounds, the low murmur of a voice, perhaps telling a story to someone who is already almost asleep. The soft clink of something ceramic being set down on a table. Ordinary sounds. The sounds that fill a house at the end of a day when everyone who lives there is warm and safe and together. You pass a small fountain at a crossroads. The water in it is perfectly still except where the rain drops fall onto its surface, making tiny expanding rings that overlap one another endlessly, forming and dissolving, forming and dissolving. You watch them for a moment. There is something almost hypnotic about the way they move. Each ring is so brief. Each one simply appears and spreads, and then it's gone, absorbed back into the stillness. Like thoughts, perhaps. Like all the thoughts that arrive and feel so urgent, and then, given a little time and a little quiet, simply dissolve. You do not have to chase them away. You simply let them move outward the way the raindrops do, until they reach the edge of something and fade. The lane curves gently to the left, and as you follow it, the sound of the rain changes slightly. You are moving into a narrower passage now, and the rain is landing on the old stone walls on either side of you with a different sound, a softer sound, almost a hiss like the sound of a secret being shared. And then you see it. A warm rectangle of light, a painted wooden sign just visible above a door, swaying almost imperceptibly in the night air. You cannot quite read it yet, but you can feel what it is. The way you sometimes know things in a quiet place without needing to name them. You push open the door. A small bell chimes. Above you, one clear, bright note. And then silence settles back around the sound, the way a pond settles back around a skipped stone. Inside, it is warm. The kind of warmth that hits you gently after the cool of the rain, that you feel first in your face, and then in your hands, and then slowly in your shoulders as they release the last of whatever they were holding. The air is layered with scents, old paper, beeswax, the faint ghost of tea, something woody and familiar that you cannot quite place, but that makes you feel unmistakably at home. The shop is small and it is full of books. They line every wall from floor to nearly ceiling, their spines in every shade of brown and green and faded red. There are stacks on the floor between the shelves in carefully arranged towers. There are books on a little table near the window, opened face down as though someone just stepped away from reading them. There is a rocking chair near the back with a cushion on it that has been flattened by years of being sat in, a shape that is still somehow, the shape of a person at rest. A low lamp on the counter casts a warm circle of light. Beyond its reach, the shop grows dim and comfortable, the shadows not heavy but soft, the kind of dimness that makes a space feel private and inhabited. You move slowly through the shelves, trailing your fingers lightly along the spines of the books. Some of them are very old. Some of the letters on their spines are faded almost to nothing. But it does not matter. You are not looking for anything in particular. You are simply here, simply present, simply moving through this warmth and stillness the way you might move through warm water, gently, without resistance. The rain continues outside. You can hear it against the single window at the front of the shop. A quiet, steady percussion, like a kind of music that does not need to be beautiful to be deeply soothing. You take a book from a lower shelf. You sit down in the rocking chair. You open the book, and though you cannot quite read the words, the light is soft and your eyes are soft, and somehow neither of these things matters. You feel the weight of it in your hands. The cool, slightly rough texture of the pages, the slight give of the spine. Someone brings you tea. You do not quite see who. There is a movement at the edge of your vision, a gentle presence, and then there is a cup on the small table beside you. The cup is ceramic, a little rough at the rim, and it is warm through its sides in a way that moves up through your palms and into your wrists and travels quietly up your arms. You set the book face down in your lap. You pick up the cup with both hands. The tea is chamomile, you think, or something similar. Something faintly honeyed and warm, with just the faintest edge of something herbal. You bring it close to your face and breathe it in before you drink, and the warmth of the steam is like a small kindness offered to your tired eyes. You take a sip. It is perfect. Not too hot, just warm enough to feel like being taken care of. You lean back in the rocking chair and let it hold you. It rocks just slightly, forward and back, the gentlest possible motion, the kind that the body finds without thinking, the kind of rhythm that has always meant safety. The rain speaks softly against the window. The lamp glows its warm yellow circle on the counter. Somewhere, a clock measures time in a way that does not feel urgent. Tick, tick, tick. You realize that for a little while now you have not been thinking about anything in particular. The thoughts that arrived earlier in the evening, the ones that had felt so pressing, so persistent, have grown quiet. They are still there, perhaps, somewhere at the edge of things, but they are distant. They are not asking anything of you right now. You do not need to solve anything tonight. You do not need to understand anything tonight. You can simply be here in this warm place with the rain and the tea and the quiet company of all these patient books. At some point, you set down the cup. You stand slowly, and the rocking chair stills behind you with a small, satisfied sound. You move toward the door. The bell chimes once more above you as you leave. The same clear note as before, bright and brief, and then dissolved into the rain-soft night. Outside, the air has cooled a little more. The rain is the same, steady, gentle, unwavering. The lane is still lit with its golden lanterns. The cat has moved from its window ledge and is no longer visible. You move through the village without particular direction, simply letting your feet find their way. Past the little fountain where the rings are still forming and dissolving on the water's surface, patient and endless. Past a row of houses with their lights low and warm in their windows. Past a garden wall where moss grows in thick, velvety patches between the stones. The further you walk, the quieter it becomes. Not silent, the rain does not stop, but the human sounds of the village fall behind you, and what remains is purely the sound of water on stone and water on leaf, and water on the glass of old lanterns. You notice your footsteps. They are slow, they are easy. They make the softest sound on the wet stones. Your breathing, too, is slow. You are breathing with the rain now, in on one beat, out on the next, your whole body moving in a rhythm that feels ancient and comfortable and deeply your own. There's a house at the end of the lane. It is a little larger than the others, perhaps, but just as old and just as quiet. There's a window on the upper floor, and behind it, a light, warm and amber and still, not flickering, just steady, the way a candle that has burned for a long time becomes steady. The kind of light that means someone has prepared a room for you. The kind of light that means you are expected and welcome, and there's nothing to explain. You go inside. The stairs are wooden and they creak softly beneath your feet, and the sound of them is not intrusive, but companionable. The sound of an old house settling, the sound of a building that has been lived in and loved. You climb slowly. One step. Another. The warmth of the house closes around you with every step upward. The room is at the top. The door opens easily. The room inside is small and perfect. There's a bed against one wall, and it has been made up with care. White pillows plumped and stacked. A heavy quilt in shades of cream and soft gray. A blanket folded at the foot that is the color of heather on a hillside. The bed looks like an invitation. It looks like the end of something and the beginning of something else simultaneously. There's a small fireplace on the opposite wall. A fire is burning in it. Not a roaring fire, a small settled fire, the kind that has been burning for a while and has found its own rhythm. Orange and gold at its heart, blue and low at its edges. It makes almost no sound. Only the faintest, most occasional crackle, like a very quiet conversation. The window is to your left, and through it you can see the rain. From up here, the village looks small and contained and complete. All its lanterns lit, all its windows warm. The rain falls past the glass in thin silver lines, and the sound of it from inside this room is even softer than it was outside. More like breathing than falling. You move to the window for a moment and stand looking out. The village sleeps below you. Or it is settling towards sleep as you are. The lights are low, the sounds are quiet. Somewhere out there in one of those warm rooms, someone else is lying down, releasing the day, letting the rain cover everything in a soft gray hum. You turn from the window. You sit on the edge of the bed. The mattress gives beneath you in exactly the right way. Soft but supportive, yielding but not swallowing. You reach down and unfold the blanket at the foot of the bed and draw it up around you. You lie back. The pillow receives your head with a coolness that is immediately, slowly replaced by warmth. Your eyes, which have been open all this time, find that the ceiling above you is very plain and very calm, pale in the firelight, and there's nothing there to keep them open. The fire crackles once softly. The rain falls on the roof above you. Not on the window now, but directly above, on the old tiles, a sound that is closer and more intimate than rain has ever sounded before. As it fills the room like a texture. It fills the room like a color. It fills the room like the memory of every safe night you have ever known. Your body is heavy now. Not uncomfortably heavy, pleasantly heavy. The weight of a body that has done enough today, that has walked and thought and carried, and now, at last, is permitted to stop. You can feel the warmth of the quilt spreading outward from wherever it touches you, moving through you slowly, the way warmth always moves, without hurry. Let your legs be heavy. Let your hands be heavy. Let the small muscles around your eyes go smooth. There's nothing to figure out tonight. There's no problem whose solution is waiting for you somewhere in the dark, if you look hard enough. The rain has been falling since before you arrived, and it will go on falling after you close your eyes, and it needs nothing from you. It does not require your attention. It does not require your effort. It asks only that you listen, and even that is optional because soon you will not be listening anymore. You will simply be here in this warm room, this old house, this small village at the edge of things, where the rain falls and the fire breathes, and the night goes on and on in its slow, reliable way. Perhaps a thought arrives. That is fine. Let it come. Let it be here for a moment, the way the rain is here, passing through, not staying. Let it form its ring, and let the ring expand, and let it dissolve into the stillness that is already around you, already inside you, already beginning to be you. The fire makes its small sound. The rain makes its steady sound. Your breathing is very slow now. The room is warm and still and dark and safe. There's nothing left to do tonight but sleep. So sleep. Sleep now. The village is quiet. The rain is with you. And you are home.